fellow Jurassic fans, Jurassic collectors alike, my name is Jacob and welcome back to another video where today we are going to be doing it on a sort of late, long, short time overdue video on the Jurassic World Primal Attack Dilophosaurus. Savage Strike, right? Yeah, Savage Strike Dilophosaurus. These ones just dropped on October, what's today? 24th? No. 24th. I'm gonna say 24th. He's just dropped on the 20th. Just gonna say that. It just dropped on the 20th. But anyway, moving on with the box art. You have the Jurassic World logo up in the top. You get your arrow pointing at which way to move the tail. You get an open hole right here because the frills, when you active, well, I'll show you later, but there's a purpose for why that hole is there. Background, you get your enclosure with the sunset. Down in the bottom left, down in the bottom left, you get a tiny little promo picture of the Dilophosaurus doing his features, Savage Strike Dilophosaurus right there. Then you get Blue and Owen Grady in the right hand side. On the right side of the box you get a Jurassic World logo. On the other side of the box you get another Jurassic World logo. And on the back of the box you get a bigger product shot of your Dilophosaurus doing a Savage Strike feature. It kind of spoils everything, so that's why the hole is there, because it does that. Anyway, the other dinosaurs, you get Charlie, Stiggy, and the Pachycephalosaurus to go along with it. Contains one dinosaur, Jurassic World Facts App, Jurassic World logo, frill moves. That's the feature, it's frill moves. Each sold separately, subject to availability, yada yada yada. So anyway, I think that's it for your packaging, so without further ado, let's get this guy out of the package. Now when you do take your Dilo out of the box, there is tape here, and here, and here, and here. And when you open it up, this part up here is glued together, so when you open the box to rip out your Dilo, it's gonna rip. I have dye on my finger. Yeah, that's gonna rip up there, and you don't have to cut these. You can just feed it through a little hole and then just remove the Dilo, because for the tail it's just smaller instead of having to feed it over the big frill. Anyway, boxes out of here. Anyway, here is your Dilophosaurus from the Savage Strike Primal Attack line. It didn't say Primal Attack on that box, did it? I don't think it did. But anyway, this is your Savage Strike Dilophosaurus, and right off the bat, it is a different color. In Toy Fair, it was more sort of like almost a blue, like a very light blue color. I will put up a screenshot of that particular Dilophosaurus. But I thought that this guy was a sort of lighter blue color, and of course the frill paint actually went to the, middle of it, or the end of it right there. But hey, it was a prototype. Even though that prototype looks a lot better than this, we're not going to hate on it. So for the paint job, you get this on the frills. We're going to start from head to toe. You get a yellow painted eye with a black pupil, not the color of the Dilophosaurus background. The mouth has got white teeth with a red tongue. I don't want to open it too much to expose the Savage Strike feature. On the frills, you do get a airbrushed yellow with some of that, I think that's red. That's a red fading orange kind of striping going about. On the back, you get orange that kind of leads into this red color that runs across onto the tail. That goes towards the middle, doesn't end there. Underneath, you get this light brown color for the underbelly there. You get your stamp, your sticker for your Facts App. And that's pretty much it for paint job. Well, the sticker doesn't count for paint job, but you know what I mean. That's all you get. Articulation wise, the legs, you do get back movement. You can, I guess, pretty much go a full 360 if you really wanted to, but the restriction of certain parts of the dinosaur. Well, actually no. This leg goes about that far, and that's it. It won't go any further. But they do have a locking point, which is in this downward position, but you can angle it upwards if you choose to. But this is your temporary, or this is your main position. The arms, can't really move them about because they're under the frills, but you can move them around let's see, you can move them around. They do go in and out as well, so you can get a full 360 range if you so desire. Now I believe that's it. So before we get into the actual Savage Strike feature, let's do some comparisons. First off, we have the other Primal Attack figure, which is which is the Pachycephalosaurus here. So you can see how these two scale together. You get, well, I don't want to show this picture off, never mind. Here it is with the Edmontosaurus, a review that I have yet to do, off center. There it is with the Edmontosaurus. And finally, the last Primal Attack is the Seats. You can see how these work together as well. Now, Jurassic Park wouldn't be complete without your human figures, so here he is with John Hammond. As Dilo is obviously a little too large in comparison with Jurassic Park accuracy. It is too large to be in scale with any human figures. Unless the one in Jurassic Park was like juvenile, then I guess that works. But you do have the other one. And the other one, I mean the other Savage Strike Dilophosaurus that came out for Dino Rivals, you have the purple variant. This is the one that spits water. They have the same arms, obviously different legs, and a different entire body. I prefer this one more than this one, mostly because the tail is a lot longer. Because I'm pretty sure if we were to stretch this out and stretch this tail out, this tail would be a lot longer. So I do like the long tails on the Dilophosaurus. So this one by far is probably a little bit more with molding. Let's not these frills. Maybe, just maybe. But the tail for sure is a lot longer than this Dilo. Actually, we should do it this way. So I don't know how well you're going to tell, but if we stretch this tail out, it's definitely going to be longer than this one. Anyway, moving on to the actual Savage Strike feature with this Dilophosaurus, you do get, if I can properly hold it, you move the tail up. You don't move it down, you move it up. And when you move it up, you get a mouth that opens and the frills that pop out. So you can see that. That's all you get for the Savage Strike feature. As it said on the box, frill moves. So that's pretty much what you're getting there. And it's a good feature. I actually enjoy this. This is something new, something different, and I actually like that feature. What I wish though, I mean, it's very hard to replicate, but what would be cool is that when you make the frills come out, they actually, vibrate or whatever to replicate the, shaking frills from obviously the Jurassic movie as well as the Jurassic ride and stuff like that. So it would be a nice touch to have it, rattle or something, but this is okay. Obviously it's too small of a figure to incorporate that kind of mechanics. I'm sure there's a possibility somewhere. One thing is that, I don't know if this is my copy, but this frill, isn't, well, obviously they don't stack back like this, they're kind of out. But this one, however, it's just, this one springs back, but this one kind of just sits out. So when I do the feature, you can see it kind of, I don't know how well you're going to tell, but you can see it kind of slowly go in back and forth. Yeah, there you go. You can clearly see that. Well, that's also going to do it rapidly. But yes, there is pretty much your review of your Savage Strike Dilophosaurus from the Primal Attack line. I would recommend picking this guy up because I know that scalpers are already getting their hands on these guys, and they're going for around maybe $20 to $30 plus. So whenever you find this at your local Target, please pick it up. We don't want scalpers to win, pretty much straight out, because every new figure that comes out, no matter what it is, there's always one, at least one, at my local Target. Apparently, when I went there was 3 of these. 3. So I'm happy that these actually stayed for a bit. So Just saying. My suspicion is scalpers. Just get these before they do. That's pretty much all I have to say. It is a great figure. The articulation for the arms may or may not have any use. The legs, same thing, because what are you gonna do? Shoot it at a T-Rex? Like, it comes down to, no, I guess it could work. But you get the down posture, and the arms really serve no purpose because the frills are kind of in the way. So I don't see the point in the arm movements of the frills, but it's classic Mattel with arms that bend like that. But anyway, there is your Jurassic World Savage Strike Dilophosaurus, and this is Jacob saying, buy more dinosaurs, buy more humans, buy more vehicles, and buy more playsets to create your Jurassic World experience.